Hello and welcome to Ohio Hobbies. Today we're going to be hunting 2 boxes of nickels. They have been opened, they are both circulated, so we will be looking for proofs, silver, buffaloes, V-nickels, airs, varieties, foreigns. We're going to be looking for all that. The last hunt we did, which was my first nickel hunt of 2020, we did not find any V-nickels, we didn't find any buffaloes, no silver, no proofs. We simply had some 30s, 40s, and 50s. Well, for this hunt, I think I'm going to leave out the 1950s. I will bring you in for 30s and 40s finds, and we'll do that instead of doing the 5 roll at a time. I'll just bring you in for the older finds. Now, the 50s that I may bring you in for would be a 55 if it is a semi-key date, a 51S, or 1950s. So I'll bring you in for some of that, and I'll bring you in for war nickels. And then if we come across any of these, the S over D or the D over S. But I'm only going to bring you in for the specialized stuff. I will not bring you in for all the 50s because that just may take too long in this video. Alright, let me get these out on the table, start cracking them open, and let's see what we can find. While you're watching, if you would, give me a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you throughout, and especially at the wrap up at the end, to see what all we found. Alright, let's get them opened up. Roll number 7 is going to have our first find. It is a 1948 Philadelphia. Roll number 16, we are going to have our first foreign find of the box, of the first box, and it is a 1998 out of Canada. And we've also found 2 2009s, which I do not find very many of these at all. I'm lucky to get one every about 3 boxes. So we have a 2009 Denver and a 2009 Philly. So not only did we find one, we found the pair. Roll 21, and we are going to have our second 40s nickel. It is a 1947 out of Philly. We've stacked just a few from the 50s, but not a whole lot. But we're going to keep on hunting. Roll 22, and we're going to get our second Canadian of the box, 1986. There we go. We'll put it right there, second foreign. We're getting there. Roll number 35, and we are going to have our third 40s nickel, and it is a 1941 from Philadelphia. Roll 38. We're going to do it again, another 41 Philadelphia. Roll number 39. We get yet another 1941, another Philadelphia. Alright, I just cracked open roll 42, and I looked at the edge, and it looked silver, so I pulled it out, and this is what I seen. It is silver, 35%. It has a San Francisco mint on it, and I need a 44, which will complete the silver collection. So we're hoping for a 1944. Let's see what it is. And it's a 42. Unfortunately, it's not going to finish the book, but it's still a silver on the board from San Francisco. Roll 44, we're going to get our third Canadian. It is a 1986. Roll number 46, spit out yet another Canadian. That makes number 4. Oh, I guess I should say the date, huh? even though you've probably seen it, 1998. Roll 48, and we seem to be on a bit of a streak for Canadians. 1994, that's number 5. Roll number 49, and we're going to have a 1942. And I already seen the back, so I know it's not silver. It is a Denver, though. So we have a 1942 Denver to slide in there. Alright, last roll of box number 1, roll number 50, and we're going to get a 1940 out of Philadelphia. So that is the end of box 1. I'm going to get box 2 out here on the table, and we're going to keep on going. Roll number 2 of box number 2. We're going to add 2 finds. A 1941 Philadelphia and 1946 Philadelphia. Roll number 3 of box number 2. 1948 Philadelphia. Roll number 5. 1941 Denver this time. We're at another 1941 of the stack. We are on roll number 11, and we're going to add a 1939. We know that if it's a D or an S, it's a key date. But I already seen reverse, and it is a Philadelphia, so it is not a key date. But we do have a 30s nickel on the board. Roll 13, very next roll. 1983 out of Canada. That makes our 6th Canadian. And just so you know, I do keep box 1 and 2 separate until the end, simply because I do keep track of each individual box and its performance on my little tracking sheet. So if you ever wonder why when I do 2 box hunts I keep them separate, that would be why. Roll number 18. We are going to add another 1941 Denver. Roll number 20. We're going to add 2 this time. A 1941 Philly and 1949 out of Denver. It's a shame that couldn't have been a San Francisco, but that's alright. We'll take it. Very next roll, we're going to start right here. We're going to add a 52, and the only reason I bring you in for that is because right here we have a 1955, and we're going to hope that it is a Philadelphia. I have not seen the reverse. We're going to see that together. And unfortunately it's a Denver, so it is not a semi-key date. That's okay, we tried. Anyway, that's why I brought you in for 50s. Alright, we are on roll 24, and we're going to add another Canadian. This would be Canadian number 7, 1994. Roll number 26, we're going to start out with a Canadian. This is the 3rd one of the box, 1996, but it is the 8th one of the hunt. And the reason I bring you in is for a 1950 Philadelphia, which is a semi-key date. So we will be adding our first semi-key date of the hunt to the board. Let's just go ahead and put it up here. Alright, we're going to keep going. Roll 28, we are going to add another 1941 Philadelphia. What a stack of 41s. Roll 30, we're going to add a Canadian, 1989. Roll 31, and we get a 1946 Philadelphia. And another Canadian, 1984. Roll 36. A 2000 Canadian. Starting to stack those up too. We are on roll 40 of box 2. And we get a 1947 Philadelphia. And a 1941 Denver. Roll 48, and we're just about done with this hunt. We're going to add yet another 1941. Very last roll of the box of the hunt, and we're going to add a 1998 out of Canada. Alright, I'm going to go through that pile under the scope, get all this organized and written down, and I'll be back in just a second for a wrap up. You'll see that right now. Okay, well, it's been organized just a little bit, and it's time to wrap this thing up, get these out of the way, because I have 2 boxes of halves just waiting to be hunted. So we'll start down here with a giant stack of 1959s. There are 7 there. 158. We have 6, 7 57s, 356, 355 Denvers, and they have been checked for the D/S. There are 6 54s, 3 53s, 252s, 251s, and of course the 1950, which is the semi-key date. 49, 248s, 247s, 246s, 42, a giant mound of 41s, which apparently I'm going to throw some around. Series 3, 6, 9, there are 10. And we have 1 1940 and 1 1939. Nothing special about any of those. We have a stack of 7 1970 S mints, 3 69 S's, and a potential proof 69S. It really has some cameo. You can see it there. It's impaired. It's definitely impaired, but it's got steps. It's got detail. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think it's a proof. I think it may be a 69S proof, but I could be wrong. You guys gotta let me know. Everybody out there, let me know if you think that. Oh, and then I throw it around because it ain't scratched up enough. If you think there's cameo on that, then it might actually be a proof. Alright, moving on. We have 12 Canadians right there. We managed to get, for some reason, 2 Denver 09s and 2 Philadelphia 09s. That just doesn't happen for me. I'm lucky to find 1 09 in a matter of 3 boxes. But this time we got 2 pairs. I'll take it. And then the star of the show, the S Mint Silver. 1942, San Francisco, 35% silver. Not in bad shape. Definitely toned, but still got some nice detail to it. Alright, that's going to be it. Up above, you will see the counts for this year and last year and lifetime. Hopefully you enjoy it. I get to put a number 1 in the silver column. I'm pretty happy about that. No buffaloes, no V-nickels, but it's alright. We'll keep hunting. Anyway, that's it for this one. If you would give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, turning on that bell notification. Down in the description of this video, you'll find my P.O. Box and my email address if you wish to send anything my way. Below that, if you are willing and able and have the means to donate to the channel, it'll be very much appreciated. And that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join me for the next $50 hunt that's on its way right after I get this mess cleaned up. Alright, that's it. I will see you next time. And as always, get your hobby on.